Good morning, folks.
Hello, Paul.
Hey, Mark. Let's give it a few moments. I know that May is going to be here and Elena is going to be here as well, I believe, to discuss the website updates. Sridhar, in the meantime, has the lab agreement been signed?
Oh, not yet, Paul. So their president is still taking time to decide on that last point, which I mentioned. Maybe I can just give slightly more detail. Can I share my screen?
Sure.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, I do now.
So everything was okay. What happened was in the last point, this is the last point. So LF wanted the change in this last sentence. So our interpretation is basically, we are taking the remote hands support, right?
Yes.
Now, if we ask, for example, hey, turn off one of the servers kind of, and if by that person by mistake turns off somebody else's server and something happens, and even in that case, we will be liable for those things. So we want to ensure that we should not be liable for such cases. We should only be, for example, if our own things happens, then we are okay kind of. But if somebody else's happens, and we cannot be liable for those kind of things. So this is the last point that currently it's pending. So we want them to modify this, the last point, or at least remove this last sentence totally. Now the president is reviewing this last sentence and see if they're okay to make the change.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, it keeps us from doing anything, but yes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
But we cannot skip these things, right? I mean, if something happens, then it will be like a huge issue later.
Yep. Welcome, May. And May, Elena is joining us, correct? To discuss the website? Is that the plan?
Good morning. Yep, that was the plan. Let me ping her.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like she had to leave the office unexpectedly and can't make it.
Okay.
But do we want to go through the website?
Yeah.
and
Do you
fill
want
out
to
the-
share your screen and show us what we've got, and we can walk through that?
Sure. Let me pull it up.
Perfect. There we go.
Okay, so this is the home page. And I think we all agreed on.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to latest news. Oh, and then here is the change for the working groups.
Put them in little boxes instead of just text on the screen. I like that.
Mm-hmm,
I highlight when you roll over them. Is that right? Is that what I saw?
mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think you just click. Yeah, and then it goes to the working group page.
Okay.
Now, I had a question when I went through the website yesterday. So this says repo, but doesn't go anywhere, but we do have links for the repo, correct?
You mean links for the repos?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, so they just didn't make this live yet, so I already added in the feedback that they have to make these clickable.
Okay.
And then other than that, where would folks join the mailing list? Is
Mm,
that something else we want to add here, or just have them go to the repo?
you mean join the mailing list for
These working
Okay.
groups?
Join takes them to up at the top, takes them to how to become a member and contribute. Go, okay, got that. Other ways to participate. Mailing lists.
Okay,
And subgroup meetings. So that would be, I mean, that's good for the join page. I like that.
okay,
So you're suggesting underneath each one of those, we create a, can you go to the subgroup meetings down there? Lower.
okay, got it.
Okay.
I just didn't know if there was a way for folks to just subscribe to the mailing list for each of the working groups. If there
There-
is, we should have it on the working group page.
It's been a while. Can you go to subgroups on
Uh,
this page? Over on, yep. And then let's just choose marketing and outreach.
Marketing and outreach.
And subscribe is you send an email to that list. So
And then,
that's how
oh,
you subscribe.
okay. Oops. Okay, that's fine.
Do we want to put that in each of the subgroups? Anybody have any ideas about that? Any thoughts?
Yeah, this was for the working groups.
But we don't have a separate mailing list for each of the working group, right?
You're right. We just have I think it's a main
Correct.
technical
Correct.
one, the outreach one, a board one, and a TSC one.
And yeah, and some development, I think one is common for all the working.
Yeah, and I think we've got a lab mailing
Correct.
list as well.
Correct. Correct.
But so
This one says join on Slack.
I think the text is going to have to change here
For the outreach.
for all of them. You notice how the
Oh.
last sentence says this group, this working group also collaborates via this Slack channel. In the current website, this Slack channel is a hyperlink. So either they need to put the hyperlink back in so that people can go directly to those sites or not. That's how we done it on the, I'm gonna pull up our current website and take a look. But I'm pretty certain that's the way they are.
The Slack channels. Okay,
So working groups. Yeah. can you go back to the working groups? So we've got developer platform, POC. We have one of the things we had was the leader of each group. So if you go,
The leader of each group listed on this page.
yeah, I think it says this. Mark Sanders is the lead for this working group.
Oh, here.
And so that's API and okay there. So what we did, I wrote this text and I may not have put the links in. So Mark Sanders should
Mhm.
be a link to his GitHub profile is what we had done. I had a
GitHub profile.
so for each of the people, and I can let me put in chat.
Do each of them have someone listed?
They should.
Like provisioning doesn't have anyone, I don't think.
Because I think that was Boris, and Boris, we don't have anybody for that right this second.
Okay. Oh yeah, Stephen Royer.
Yeah.
This Eli, yep, yeah, okay. Well, so it should link to everyone's GitHub,
Yes.
okay. Okay,
And so I'm going to put those. There's Steve Royer. And there's Mark Sanders. There is Alad. Here's mine.
Okay. Oh.
Let's see. What happens if I click on the meeting time? Oh, it downloads the. So we do have on our current web page.
Mhm.
We do have a link to the calendar.ics, so it downloads a particular the calendar invite to
Oh,
your
to the
machine.
meeting.
Yeah. So let's see, provisioning. That's provisioning.
Download link to all, or download.
This is API. It's use case. And that's outreach.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have comments about the overall appearance? I think I'm okay with the overall appearance. I think it looks good. But the only question I had was the
I was gonna
logos
say-
that were developed for these working groups, the triangle over 3 squiggly lines or the squiggly lines. I think they just found some icons and put them in there.
Mhm.
In the resources section, do we have our logos listed somewhere? So if you're doing presentations or you want to reference this program, do we have a place for our official logos, black on white? And
Those are all in, oh, you mean the OPI logos? Those are
Yeah.
all in the in GitHub right now.
wonder if we should have that under resources.
Correct.
um,
Correct.
Logos. I get asked that a lot by our marketing team. They don't use GitHub, right? So
Okay. You want to add them there as actual files, or you want to point them to GitHub?
just point to GitHub.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's searchable and it'll pop up.
Give me a second. I will even give you the link to those logos.
The other thing that I've added under resources is they have the blog and they have videos, and they didn't have a category for press releases. So I just asked for them to add announcements so that we can add our press.
Okay.
And then the other thing that I added is that for them to add in our Twitter handle to the top with the other social.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to say that, yeah. Okay. Hey, can you go to the members page?
Members, sure.
Can come down.
Here.
Oh, good. And Fujitsu.
Oh, yeah. Now Fujitsu is there. Okay. I just want to check that.
Is this logo? look
Yeah, so
small?
Dell, yeah, this looks very small. This was a comment I wanted to share. Can we get like a slightly bigger logo of Dell?
Yeah, I think we'll need one that looks odd that it's so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joe is in the call. So Joe, do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, you guys sized for horizontal, not vertical, so you should be able to just keep the aspect ratio and resize it. I mean, it's not going to lose much resolution. Because what you really want is the letters to kind of be the same size, right? So Marvell could be increased a little bit, Red Hat, Keysight.
Yeah, and the logo we have in the on the presentations we've done so far has Dell and Technologies all in the same color font. And that may be wrong, but that's what we've had.
So Kuzmak, do you know what the official thing there is today? That keeps changing. I mean,
Okay.
and,
so if we need to change it, we
let me
should
look.
change
Okay,
it.
keep going. I'll come back to this. Let me look. But I think that all of the essentially all of the font heights should be the same. I mean, I know you're not typing these in and have the
Right.
font, but effectively the visual should be equal to your eye, right?
Yep.
That's really the visual, and the symbols and whatnot are fine. So like ARM versus NVIDIA, I think it's fine because NVIDIA has a very distinctive graphic to go with their logo, distinctive icon to go with their logo. But Red Hat, Tencent, Keysight, Dell, and Marvell should all be larger.
Mm-hmm.
Or conversely, ARM, Intel, ARM, Intel, ZTE, F5 should be smaller.
Mhm.
NVIDIA kind of fits with both.
May, could you go to I put a link in the chat. Can you go to that link and show it? Slide 11. There we go. That's what we have on our slide so far. I was going to add.
Yeah, that's what we should use that one. I think that's the better one, and it'll size better too. And you see how these are all sort of equal size?
Yep.
And
I think the
ARM
only one that's ARM needs to be a little bigger.
Our arm could have been stretched, but otherwise, these are all pretty much equal visual weight. I don't know if that's the right term, but
So do we have this logo on somewhere?
Yep,
Okay, on the
we
website.
do. One
Yeah,
moment, please.
it's actually right there in the. I mean, that in the slide, that's embedded. I forget which picture format it is, but that's just an embedded image, right? They're all just embedded images, so you can play with them.
And if you go to this page, copy. That is where on Git, where we keep the official logos that have been sent to us by these various companies. Oh, and that one.
Okay, we can use that one. I mean, again,
interesting.
we're not. Yeah, I mean, the branding has changed enough that over the time for Dell, it's because post EMC acquisition, there were 2 or 3 iterations, and some of them still drag on. I mean, like our decks that we present, I was just looking, have Dell Technologies in go back to, yeah, it looks like that, except everything's gray, for example. So the 2 color is fine, the monocolor is fine, and then the other positioning where it's Dell on top of Technologies is fine as well, because if you notice, that's the same Dell font and character layout, and
Yeah.
the same Technologies one. It's just vertical instead of horizontal arrangement, which is also acceptable. So I think the vertical one looks a little better in terms of how it matches to the rest of the logos.
I agree.
So I don't know. I'll ask a marketing person.
Hey, Joe, I'll look up the
Official.
latest.
Yeah. But see, if we can use this form, Eric, it would be great. I like this one the best personally, but
This is valid. I mean, this is a legal.
then we're done. We'll just use this one. I like this one the best.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
we
makes
just
it
need
easier.
someone to send us the PNG version. I think.
PNG version. Yeah,
I
it's
think so.
probably somewhere.
Yeah, I can get it.
All right,
Okay.
thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Is that about right for ARM? The sizing
I
to
think
make
so.
it, or do I? Maybe just a little bit smaller.
Looks good to me, guys. I'm not too picky on that.
But I mean, the
Yeah,
sizing.
you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, I don't know why it looks.
Well, see, what we're guarding against, Mark, as you well know, is some random marketing person reads the site and they're like, that's not the right logo. I don't like that looking that way compared to everyone else. And all of a sudden there's this like email storm internally, and you're like, oh man, I would have never guessed that would happen until it did. And then you're like always a little bit on the guard for that kind of stuff, as you well know.
I hear you.
And because then if we just do 5 minutes of discussion ahead of time, then no one will ever complain, and they'll go, oh, that looks good. And right, so
Is it just is it Zoom or is there something wrong with the Unifabrics logo on that page?
Oh,
Looks like
yeah, it does look, there's artifact in there.
it looks like someone copied and
Screen
pasted it from somewhere and
Cropped it poorly.
cropped it badly. Yeah.
Who should I email the Dell logo to?
You could send it to me. Here, I'll put my email address.
If you could put it in the chat.
Thank you. I'll make sure that Elena and team get it and they'll use that one.
Got it.
Well, and what was it? This Unifabric fix. Unifabric. Oh, fabrics. Logo. Okay. I do see it, yeah. Yeah. And then we are, not to open a can of worms, but we are keeping it DPU,
Yep.
NPU, right?
We are, and I
Okay.
noticed they've done a fairly good job throughout the site of keeping that and the slide deck of
Keep it
doing
up.
that.
Perfect. Okay, so here is the governing board and the TSC. So this is currently the governing board.
You should have F5 above Joel Moses' name.
That's, yeah, so I did tag that it was Joel and Venkat didn't have their companies. So that those need to be added.
Mm-hmm.
And we still don't have photos for these folks?
Yeah, I pinged Shekhar. He's been in strategy meetings for like eons. I'll get it from him as soon as I can.
Okay.
And that should say Dell Technologies.
Okay. I think there's, okay, so
Same
all of it
person.
should be Dell Technologies.
Mm-hmm.
Governing board and TLC. Isn't, Venkat's on the phone. Do we have a photo for you that you can send us?
Venkat, are you there?
Not to put you on the spot.
I'm looking through the page where I was keeping all of this stuff to see if I've got pictures that were
Or is
sent.
in a conference listening mode only. So, May I forwarded you Shekhar's bio. It also has a photo in it.
Okay,
Yeah, I just forwarded the email. I think in the beginning when I had collected the data. Yeah.
okay, so you just sent it to me?
Yes, just
Okay.
now.
Perfect,
It's somewhere in Atlantic.
okay. And then we're missing several other folks.
In this website, for example, if somebody wants to know the meetings, for example, meeting details like TSC meetings and other meeting, do we have some link somewhere?
I think it's under, oh,
Under
join,
join,
yeah, it's under join.
and then there's subgroup down below, subgroup meetings. We could,
Did
if
that
you,
say working group meetings?
it should. Thank you.
Other ways to participate.
Yeah, that should also have the TSC also in that meeting setting. Yeah.
Other ways to participate. Let's do it. Subgroup. Okay. And then go to GitHub. Okay. Become a member. Okay, that works. Good. Videos. Do we have any more videos we want to add to this page? I think that was one of the questions that,
After SmartNIC Summit, I assume we'll have a bunch of them.
okay,
So, but
Okay.
until then, these are the ones that we have available to us, the
Okay.
most recent ones.
okay. And members, we talked about. Policies.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have forwarded Venkat's photo also.
Sorry, say again?
I have forwarded you the Venkat's picture. Yeah.
Okay,
So now we should have everyone's picture there.
demos.
And yeah, Venkat does have a bio in the doc that I've been sharing all this in. Which is,
And then, well, when you click on it, okay, it does come up. Okay.
okay, good. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, there we go.
Everyone's got one?
Can you go back up to Yenshin?
Okay.
It cuts him off the forehead. I'm looking to see if the image he sent me does that as well. Where is that image? No, it doesn't. So let's have him. Because that image cuts off his forehead. I don't know if that's what we want, or if we want to center it on his face. Because the image we have is that we received from him is there is white space above his head, and it goes all the way down to the buttons on the arm of his jacket. So
And this is the governing board? Okay.
yeah,
Uh,
Mike Lynch is his. Mike Lynch as well. Can we? Yeah, it might be because he doesn't have much.
and yeah,
The picture he sent us doesn't fit this format well.
okay.
Yancy, do you have because you're on this call, right? That I saw.
Who is it?
Yeah, Yancy Wing. So is it, Yancy, do you have a higher resolution picture? And same with you, Joe. For some reason, your picture looks really,
Yeah.
I don't know where it was taken from, but the resolution's not very, very good.
Oh, yeah, I can send a larger one that you can size however you need to.
Yeah.
Okay, let me send that right now. I have it handy.
But in reality, that's just how Joe looks, so, you know.
Oh, okay.
Well, that is also true,
Uh-huh.
but I have a higher resolution one.
So we're gonna call you 8-Bit Joe or something? This is your Minecraft personality, something like that?
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm made out of little pixelated blocks.
Uh-huh.
Explains a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, this thing. Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
so
One thing, the ZT is missing from the board members.
The board members. What is the same?
ZTE or ZTE.
CTE, where are we looking?
Oh, do I not?
In the board members, the board. If you go to the,
Oh, so we're missing someone.
yeah,
We
yeah,
are
yeah.
totally, I am totally missing someone in the doc I sent to them, I think.
Okay,
So it should
That
be
is my-
Shen Hao. I'm just typing in the chat windows. Shen Hao.
missing CTE for governing board.
So that's important because only they are missing there. Yeah.
That
Missing
is important.
CTE board member. Okay, so someone will be sending me that. I need their bio and.
Yep. I'm gonna try and do that here soon, just a second.
Okay,
I don't have their bio or any of that information. What I'm trying to.
I do have it, and I just sent it to May.
Thank you.
okay. You
I'll
need-
also send it to Paul so that he will have it, both the
Okay.
bio and the.
And may I just sent you a higher resolution picture? I have a even larger file higher resolution than that, like 4 times as big if you need even more resolution.
Okay, thank you.
So ZT is missing both from the board and the TSC.
And the
Uh,
TSC, okay.
Yeah.
Is it the
so we-
same person?
No. I've just forward. I just put the name and forward you the data. Sun Ming is the
And
TSC.
do we want this to say governing board or we're okay with current board? We should write out technical, okay, we write it down in here. TSC should be written out up here.
Why is it current board as opposed to governing board?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Maybe
feel like it
because
should be governing board, but.
Yeah, maybe because, well, maybe we delete this up here and then just have it say governing board here and then TSC here. Does that sound right?
Yep.
You want to leave the heading and also change this to governing board.
I think your first suggestion was good.
Okay.
Don't we have general members also below all this? Or do we list them like this as well? I guess it doesn't make sense, right? Because general members wouldn't have a person associated with them.
Right, they're not on
Sridhar?
the board, right?
Sridhar, do you have a better picture of Chen Hao? It's got a watermark on it, that picture that you sent.
Oh, I can ask him.
Okay, that would be great. Because yeah, the one that it's
And-
got a water 1004. I mean, it almost looks like he's an inmate. With the
Yeah, so I'm supposed to send him a mail because he's missing from last 2 meetings. So I wanted to check with him what's happening. So I'll ask him this thing also. Yeah, at least for now, at least put their name and whatever the image we have so
Yeah.
that ZT should not be missing both from the board and the TSC. That's all.
Yeah, well, they can add. No, if we have the name, they could add a box and the name.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, and then we've got the TSC, and so we'll add CTE here. That was a good catch. That was a very good catch.
yes, very good. Because I don't know how I missed that. Well,
And then for events, and so I pointed them to the press release that had the SmartNIC Summit information, so that could be added here. Are there any other upcoming events that members will be presenting at or exhibiting at that we could add here?
yes, the OCP event. Mark, aren't you all presenting there and planning to have a section for
Yeah,
OPI?
yeah, we can call it out. I'd love to make that, like, to kick off the discussion, to start planning that, but yes, we can call it out. I'm confident we'll get something there.
Okay. And ARM was a sponsor, right?
Yeah, we're a platinum sponsor for that event. But I think even OPI in general, being there and talking about the connection with Sonic or any of those pieces that are part of that OCP organization would be good. I think it's Dash, actually. I don't think it's Sonic.
Okay. Perfect. So we'll add those two events. Resources we talked about, join. And this should go to LinkedIn. Yes, yep. Okay.
Yep, it just, because it went to the admin view because you're logged
Yeah.
into it. But
It's always open.
yeah, but it did first go to just the page. Okay, here's our page. Good.
Okay. GitHub, okay. And then Slack. Yep, join with Slack. Okay. And then just adding Twitter up here. Do we
Mhm.
need to add anything else?
I don't think we're using any other social media.
Okay.
Like I think we decided that we weren't going to have a TikTok and dance, so we're not.
And this goes back to the page. Okay.
Are you sure we can't get Boris to do a DPU rap
We probably
on
could.
TikTok?
If Joe, if you could get him to SmartNIC Summit, I will ply him with alcohol.
No,
and
he
we'll
can't.
Guys.
Sadly, he can't travel. But
well,
but it's okay.
Maybe the next conference.
Yeah. What does find out more at the bottom do?
Find out more. Let's see. Poster. Oh, because we were in the working group section.
Oh, it just takes you to the working
Takes
group
you to the
page.
actual
Okay.
page. Video highlight.
And you've verified all those video highlights work.
Yes. Mhm.
See more takes you to the YouTube page. That's good.
And then remember,
Well,
all of them are clickable. Yes, they're all clickable.
Yeah, I have a question. There are so many things to do in the list, right? The to-do list, if you see, it's pretty a lot of things to do. Are we on track to complete it before next week?
Yes.
Okay.
She asked for feedback by end of day today, which is why
Okay.
she was joining the call so that we could go over the feedback. And now that we have everything, they should be able to do it. Yes, by next week. Mhm.
Thanks. Yeah.
I think she said that they were shooting for the 9th. Is that, yeah, that's Friday. Yeah, it gives them,
Okay, so the IPsec and the cloud networking API description is the same, and they're different demos. So we need a different description for cloud networking APIs. Did we have that on our website? Where did it go?
so this one says December 15th. So this one's wrong.
Yeah. It's the same video too, I think. When you look at it, the video is the same. Is it going to the same location? API, okay, that's correct. And that one goes to networking APIs. Okay. Oh, they both just have the same.
Description. So is this description right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, another important thing I see missing is the links to the charter. That's important. We put those links to both the project charter and the technical charter.
The
We-
links to charter
We used to have this in our old website, but
So-
somehow this is missing.
in the about section.
Yeah, in the about section, maybe in about OPI, we can add those links to the charters.
Okay, I apologize, but I have to leave a few minutes early. Does someone want to take over? Sharing their screen?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. And can you put that link where we want to add those things so that I will add that charter thing also?
Yeah, I just need you to add the link to it.
I am putting it in. Copy link.
Oh, you're already entering into that spreadsheet. Paul?
I'm not entering that. I don't think I have access. I may have access to the spreadsheet, but I just put it in the chat. That is
Okay.
that's the technical charter, the TSC.
And the project charter.
I'm looking for that too.
Okay, I am going to go, but I will follow up with you, Paul, on the media opportunities. So that we can talk through volunteers for that.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you all.
And there's the funding charter.
Hmm.
Let me give you a markdown for the technical charter. I don't know why we've got a PDF of the technical.
No,
charter.
better to have PDF for both, or at least same thing for both, I think. Yeah.
That would be, we don't have that for some reason in our. So the fund charter is a markdown, so you can view it on the.
No, I'll find those links and add it there.
Yeah, you can actually view it as a PDF on Git, so.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I think that was important. Anything else on the website?
I don't think so.
So the only thing, so I need one thing. So Venkat and I are gonna put our little, it's what, 10 minutes that we have main stage?
Yes,
Okay, so can you post the link to the right deck for us to pull from? The current, got all the right template and current content. I mean,
will
we
just-
could construct it, but if it's just there, I'll just use what we have.
Yep. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
So I have this is something I'm working later today with May and Melissa. So we'll be working on this deck later today. It's in this folder. It's this file.
All right, so, and that's what Venkat and I should pull from. We're gonna get together at 1:30 today.
Yeah,
I mean, we only need like, 4 slides. I mean, more than that, we won't have time for, so.
right. So I just put the link in chat. I think I've made everybody can view it, but no one can edit it. And it does need some work.
Well, as long as it has the right template and stuff, then I think I'm good, because we can, for the content, we can hack that on the spot. It's pretty, since we know everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my desktop here real quick. So, and not end meeting, I want to share my desktop. Can you see my desktop?
Yes.
Okay. So this is this one here, behind here is the just blank template that was given to us. And so I will take that and paste it in there for you. That's the blank template that we were given to work with. This here is we gave them all of this content and said, can you put it in the proper template? But they've, the template's different. So what they've done is different. So if you notice here, they've got the logo at the bottom of each page. And in the template that they provided us, it's at the top of the page.
Yeah,
The fonts are a little different.
Yeah, the bottom left or bottom right for the logo tends to work better in terms of slide spacing and distraction from the slide.
I agree. So
Okay, I see what you're
my
saying.
suggestion to her is, for that specific element, is to take the logo on this page in the blank template that we have and move it to the bottom.
Yeah, we have enough. Okay,
But
yeah, I've got
stuff
enough.
is
Yeah.
okay here to continue using. We don't have Fujitsu on this page yet.
Yeah, and I have enough content, I think.
Just with what's here. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. It'll be good enough.
Mhm.
Again, we can assemble from what we have.
Yep. So
Okay.
there's these are a lot of slides that came from Boris. He did a good job for some.
Yeah, I have it open now. I'm good. This will work. We can work with this.
Perfect. And this deck will be, I assume, will be changing a bit after I meet with Melissa.
What time are you guys doing that? Because we're doing 1:30 Pacific, so you actually might be done before we are.
Let's find out. Noon. So noon Pacific.
So you'll be done before we are. So great.
Well, I think I'll provide the feedback to her. I don't know if she'll get it done before then, but
Okay, fair enough. But again, this is close enough.
Yep.
Again, we can make the minor adjustments, so we're good. We'll make a copy and then hack it. All right, thanks.
One thing, if you guys can provide me the slides when you're done, or start working on them and place them in this folder. One moment, please. Come on.
You want us to do the same with the working group slide decks?
Yes, please. Put them in the work in progress folder on Google Drive. So.
And I'll pick from this as well. Like we had the slides in the previous deck already, numbered. I think it was like 60 to 63 or something. It looks like now they're spread out with a lot of intro or title pages.
Yeah, that was my attempt to ask her some questions like, do we want, if we create sections, is this what we want them to look like, that sort of thing. So
okay, so we'll go back to something that's like simple 5 slides and
and that link I put in is the link to the work in progress presentation directory. So if you'll place them there. And Joe, I want to do the same. I want to mention this on the TSC meeting that we need to get those decks completed. I've received the one from Vipin Jane that he's doing.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'll put all right. We'll put the short main stage overview in here and extract it from the other deck you linked. All right, perfect.
Okay.
All right, I gotta drop.
All right. I think that's all we can get done today. Thank you, folks. I will post the video here when it comes back to me from Zoom.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks all. Have a great day.
Paul, I'll ping you separately. I was out of pocket for a bit, but some cycles today. So between now and noon, if there's anything, just Slack me. I'll be happy.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye.